Welcome back to Texas, y'all.
Hello.
We just had a cold front move through.
Oh,
We're down to 107 degrees.
I went to turn the thermostat down because during this time, I guess we get worked up. We enjoy this. We the banter or the whatever.
You get psyched.
We get psyched.
Get the
and
game face going.
We get warm. So I went to turn the thermostat down, and JJ said 106 is fine
Just set it to 106. It'll cool down.
for the thermostat in the house. Yeah, that's not going to be acceptable. I mean, I'm cold natured, but I'm not that cold natured. Now,
Yeah.
come on. Happy cruise day for somebody. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Somebody's leaving out of Miami.
Yep, absolutely.
And Fort
Come
Lauderdale.
on in, folks. Today we're going to review a little bit of Alaska because that's what we do. Because we got 33 days. 33-day countdown.
33 or 32?
33.
Okay.
To Alaska. Never been before. First cruise to Alaska. It will be our 19th cruise. And we are pretty excited. I just uploaded, by the way, which we will link below.
For your
after
enjoyment.
The show. The Alaska packing video. I edited it from our live, took out all the fluff, so that it's just like bam, bam, bam.
Bam.
Categories, gear,
Bam.
unisex. What's JJ loved? In the video, I entitled it "Items for All Adults" instead of unisex. So I said items for all adults, and then gear, and then men's clothing, women's clothing, shoes. And then if you're watching this and you want to watch that video, stay till the end because I talk about things that are good items to take. We didn't link anything with those below. Like one of the items was slippers with soles on the bottom because your Alaska balcony
Oh, it's going to be chilly.
will be chilly to your feet. So I was like, well, that's a good tip, right? But it's not like we linked a pair of house shoes below, that kind of thing. So that's at the end, like extra tips
Right.
that will help you
Right.
on your Alaskan cruise. So we got 33 days. So y'all come on in. Tell us how many days until your next cruise.
I'm going to be sitting on your balcony sipping my coffee with my house shoes on.
I'm telling you, I could go without ever going to another Diamond Lounge on Royal Caribbean ever again.
Why?
No, there's a but.
Oh.
But I have loved the Diamond Voucher drinks because of the coffee.
Yes. Oh, I got you.
The coffee at Starbucks, even on our Caribbean cruises that we've done, we've been on a couple since we've been Diamond so far. The only reason we got Diamond is because of those double points they had right after COVID. We were like, we're racking those puppies up.
And I got to admit, I'm feeling a little bit weird about not going to the Caribbean
this time.
Yeah, because it's
all we know.
Well,
it's all we know.
I enjoy the beach, so I guess I'll have to enjoy the climate-controlled solarium. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It's different.
Hey, Sherelle's here. Hey, Wagner's. Okay, Sherelle is heading out to Harmony. 300 plus days. Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. When
Stand
are we
by.
on? Why?
Stand by.
Why? How many days are we out?
I don't know. Whoa.
From Harmony?
Stand by.
You getting your countdown?
I got my shipmate out.
Yep. I bet I'll beat you.
No, I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
Countdown to Harmony.
Bet you don't. We got 258 days. 258.
59.
258.
259.
258.
259.
She's wrong.
259.
Okay.
Until we get on the ship.
Correct.
See, you do yours from when we leave the house.
No, that's sail away. That's sail away.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's cruise day. Look, see, Sunday the 5th.
Okay.
Sunday the 5th
well,
of
I
May.
don't know how my days got off.
Because yours.
Uncle Dave, howdy. That one guy, Mikey. Hi, that one guy, Mikey.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh. someone's on their sidewalk. Quiet.
Percy Jackson
Percy.
found somebody on his porch.
Mr. Percy Jackson. Hey, that one guy, Mikey, thanks. Welcome. Come on in anytime. We usually do these Sunday at 4. If we do them at all, it's Sunday at 4. So sometime like last week, y'all look at this. I was in the ER. Look at that. They blew out my.
I just have one question for you. When did your husband quit beating you?
Oh, yeah. Like I have had food poisoning. You guys.
Okay.
I've had food poisoning. Day 19 after symptoms started was my first day of normal. Like all systems go normal. Day 19.
Oh.
I never had food poisoning before, but man, I for sure I never want it again. For sure. But let's see, Sunday was 19, 18, 17, was like day 16. And I was in the ER with a headache that 2 tramadol was not touching.
Nurse JJ. Calling
Seriously. Nurse JJ. So these symptoms came with a headache, evidently. I don't have headaches very often, but the doctor had given me some tramadol for the headaches because I was taking like 6 ibuprofen over the counter and it wasn't touching it. So I was like, doctor, I got some other stuff going on because it is food poisoning. But
you know what? Look here.
I also got these
We
headaches.
don't need to talk about all that.
I also got these headaches. And so she gave me tramadol. Whew, and then Sunday, yeah. It was not fun.
No, we couldn't be here with you, and we apologize.
So I am glad to be back.
I'm glad she's normal.
And all systems
I'm glad
go.
she's healthy. She's not normal.
Normal. Nobody ever normal. Hey. Yeah, Mikey says, can't wait for your Alaska vlog. Thank you. We'll be vlogging every day. So there'll be a daily vlog.
We hope.
Yeah, we will do a cabin tour as well. We have an ocean view balcony. We have put in upgrades for a junior suite and a grand suite.
1-bedroom grand, but we'll see.
We did really low bids because we were like, we already have a balcony. Like a balcony for Alaska is the way to go. Like we're good. We're good with any balcony. And so we kind of put low bids on the junior suites. So
Uncle Dave's right.
Yes.
No, Uncle Dave's right.
What did he say? Oh, he was saying, drink water, change your socks, and take Motrin.
That's the prescription for everything in the military. It doesn't matter what it is.
No, thank you. Hey, Z's in the house. Hey, Z. Go check out his channel, Z Show Cruise Fun. So Lolly is back to back. You know, that's something we've never done because, you know, I can never take the vacation time with working. So we'll have to wait and do back to back when I retire.
Can I test drive one before you retire? You can take care of the babies. I
can't tell you no. I can't not tell you no. You'd have to go with like cruise boat or something.
I could go get all the video and bring it home.
You and Mike would have to go on a boys' cruise.
I don't think the ship's ready for that.
I'm scared of that. I don't see him here today. Hope he's okay.
Hope he's all right.
Yep.
Mike, wherever you are, we hope you're okay, buddy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So we got 33 days out. And today we're going to talk about choosing a cabin that is right for you and yours. So this is what I want y'all to be thinking about who are already in here, okay? Because I'm going to ask this later. I want you to tell us.
Are we grading this test?
No.
Okay.
No grades.
Okay, no grade.
Everybody gets an answer because we don't know if you're telling the truth or not. Your worst cabin experience on a cruise ship. So it might be location, it might be room steward, it might be the setup of the room. You know, I don't know. I don't know what you would consider your worst cabin experience. Maybe a really bad neighbor. You know, maybe you had a
hello, Buck.
Percy says hey.
Percy Jackson in the house.
Maybe it was like you were in an adjoining cabin because I hear that those doors are really thin. Oops. So it could have been that. Like, I don't know. So be thinking about that, folks, okay? Because we're going to ask.
We'll circle back to that.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that.
Oh, Uncle Dave has 34 days till the glory. Roatan, Belize, and Cozumel. All right, Uncle Dave. So, Dave, how many carnivals have you done? Like, we've just done 2. We had Jubilee booked, but we canceled that for various reasons. So, I don't know. I just wonder how people who've done a lot of carnivals, like, and how you like it compared to Royal Caribbean, like that kind of stuff. Can you hold him? He's wanting you to.
I sure can.
Yes.
This boy is a left shoulder baby. There he goes.
Oh, okay. Uncle Dave says number 9 on Carnival. Wow. Okay. Yeah, lots of people like it.
You watching the mama?
Z Show says, yeah, back to back. I'm waiting for retirement, Z. I'm getting there. Right now, because of this new job, I just have 2 weeks, 10 days. I have 2 weeks vacation. So 10 days. Yeah. Back to back would cut out my entire vacation time. So, one baby step at a time.
Right on.
With jobs. Yeah. Okay. So let's start talking about choosing the right cabin. So these are what we consider.
Thank you.
The most important considerations when you're talking about choosing a cabin. Price. You got to fit your budget. So, I mean, if price is king, then that'll dictate it.
Well, the lower the price I get, the more cruises I can take.
There you go. Location on the ship. How many are in your cabin? And amenities that come along with, so that's 4 things that come along with the cabin. So that's what I think. So and this is mainly going to be Royal Caribbean, because that's what we're most familiar with. I mean, obviously we've been on 2 Carnivals and 2 Norwegians, but we're not near as familiar with their different categories of cabins. So this is mainly applicable to Royal Caribbean. Let's see. Oh, Altavir says, I'm going to do my first ever cruise on Explore the Sea in July next year. Yay! Hey, Altavir, make sure you go on our channel and watch the videos under new cruiser. It's the playlist that's for new cruisers. And it'll say something like everything a new cruiser needs to know, or new cruiser info, or something like that. It has like new cruiser in the name of the playlist, and that will be very helpful to you. So yeah, first cruise, excellent.
That's when we did our first aft balcony.
Went
Explorer.
on Explorer, yes. Yeah, that was very interesting. Altavir, if you don't already have your cabin, and it's still available, what'd you say? Yeah, like in July next year. Hey, it looks like you've already booked, but you might could change. That aft cabin I loved it.
Wake view is the best view.
I mean, that was your own little wake view every time you stepped out on your balcony. It was great. Yeah, Felix says 244 days till my house. Oh, congratulations. Oh. Icon. Wow.
All right,
That is an amazing honeymoon. That will be an amazing trip, Felix. Absolutely. Okay, so different categories of cabins. You have your inside cabin. Now, there are pros and cons to an inside cabin. Okay. It is a completely enclosed cabin. I mean,
if you are claustrophobic,
that would not.
The answer to this would be no.
That was not going to be the cabin for you. So, yeah, I mean, like there is no natural light at all, 0, which causes some folks to oversleep. 1, right? Because they don't have like the natural sunlight. In the Caribbean, everything's normal. Normal hours. Sun comes up normal times. I'm saying that because it's not normal in Alaska. We're learning that sunset could be at like 10 something.
10:30 p.m.
Right. So, but on a Caribbean cruise, your hours will be normal. So if you're in an inside cabin, you usually wake up as the sun comes streaming through your shades at home. Who knows how long you'll sleep, right? And it also disables some people to even tell what time of day it is. Like if they head to their cabin at, 3:00 to take a nap, and they wake up, they have no idea.
Especially if I've had too much Dos Equis.
Yeah, that's you. That's how you roll.
Crown Royal.
Yep. And Dave makes a good point, and that's a pro. If you like to sleep where it is completely dark.
That's the way to go.
100% dark. That is a pro of an
inside cabin. my preference.
Yes.
Now, I like it dark, but I need some more room.
Yeah. They were kind of small. The ones that we've stayed in.
Yeah.
They were just smaller than, like an ocean view or a balcony.
Yeah.
One suggestion though, to solve the problem about not knowing what time of day it is or if it's day or night or whatever, is to turn on the TV. And I don't think they have this on Norwegian. On Royal, there's a TV channel on the cabin TV that has the front view off the ship. There's a camera on the front of the ship, and they transmit that to a TV channel in your cabin on Royal. And so you can actually keep that channel on while you're napping or whatever. We're sleeping, I guess. And then as the sun rises, it'll come on your TV. Or if you're napping and you wake up and you're like groggy, like what time is it? You can kind of see, out the front of the ship on your TV screen. Some folks say, and this is a pro of an inside cabin, some folks say, I'm never in my room anyway. Who cares? I'm never in my room. And they may not be.
And that's a good point.
I mean, who cares if I have a window? Like, I go there to shower for dinner
and
sleep. Like, that's it. I don't care. I'm going to spend less and be able to cruise more often.
Right.
Through the year. So Keith says, hello, Keith.
Hello.
Worst room had to be under the Lido deck. Oh, on a Carnival ship. The room had to be right under the metal floor grating. We heard every four-wheeled plate transporter. Keith, I asked JJ as we were getting ready for this live, I said, babe, I want you to be thinking about your worst cabin experience. And he remembered very similarly. And we can't remember what ship it was on, but I guess we'll go ahead and share it now. Because it's very relevant to Keith's.
It's right under the pool deck.
And we heard all the loungers
how
being drugged.
When they secure them at night.
By the staff across the floor. We were like, what is going on? And that is one of the tips I have a little later. I might as well give it now. Well, I'll give it on location. When we're talking about location, I'm going to give it, but I'll give it now because I want everyone to hear it. cruisedeckplans.com. I'm sure there are other websites like this
that's our preferred.
You all the deck plans of every ship. Like, there's not a ship that's sailing on the seas right now in the world that is not on cruisedeckplans.com.
Yeah.
So, and we'll link that website below though. So as you're booking your cabin, you can go see what's above me. Is the pool deck above this cabin I'm looking at? Maybe not. Maybe not the cabin for me.
Yeah.
Or like you say, the Windjammer on, or the buffet, whatever the buffet is, on your ship. Probably don't want to be below that either.
Hello, Hank.
Hi, Hank. Maine. Wow. What? Just tease us, Hank, and tell us what your temperature is right now. I know it's going to be mean.
They had a warm front come through today. It's probably 50.
It may be like 65 or something. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hank, we had a cold front blow through here. We're down to 105.
So Lolly says inside cabins tend to be cooler as well. That makes sense.
I like that.
That makes sense, Lolly.
Not so much.
Not so much. No, I would have to be cranking up the thermostat.
And I'd be going.
He'd loving it. Yeah, because there's never any
she does
outside
this
air.
and I do that.
Never any outside air, Lolly. That makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Sherelle says, worst cabin experience. We're probably going to be trickling these throughout the live.
Of course.
My first cruise 13 years ago, inside cabin, lower level with my husband and two little boys, no balcony, one bathroom, and what felt like a shoebox. Booked without an agent back then. And Sherelle makes a good point. If you're a newer cruiser, either brand new or newer, if you could find yourself a good travel agent, I'm telling you. Yeah, it can make all the difference. One, they can educate you about once they find out what your needs are, and they can give you recommendations. Now, Sherelle, who knows? Maybe if that was your first cruise or one of your first cruise, you might still have done that. You might have been like, look, there's 4 of us in this cabin. We need to save as much money as possible. I'm raising these 2 kids. Who knows? You might have still been in an inside cabin, but yeah, man, those cabins are small, very small.
Hank P., you are welcome, sir.
Yeah, Hank's reaching out to JJ, definitely. Teresa, hello from Michigan. You too. You're probably like you're probably like 65 or 75 degrees.
Yeah, I
Teresa.
still want to know what the temps are in Maine.
Teresa said,
Anyway.
I'm heading out on Ovation 915 and staying in my first junior suite. You will love the junior suite. In fact, you may not want to go back.
It does spoil you, doesn't it?
You may not want to go back. The only thing that will force you to go back, Teresa, will be your budget.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Are you
telling ya.
serious?
What?
Hank says he's 80 degrees.
What?
Wow, that's
Stormy. Where was he? 80.
right there.
Oh, really? 80 in Maine. Wow, Hank.
Is that
Okay.
inside your house or outside?
Everyone, this is my first time actually watching live. Hi, Amy.
Welcome.
We leave. I don't know what that means. OII. Do we know what that means?
What do you say?
We leave. Amy's saying she leaves OII.
I don't know what.
We don't know what that means, Amy.
Educate us, please.
Tell us when you're leaving.
Yes.
And thanks for being with us on this live. It's
Yeah.
fun. You'll love it. Teresa from Michigan says 85. Oh man, you got a heat wave. 85 in Michigan. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's.
Oh, Amy says we leave in 20 days. Oh, excellent.
Okay.
You're really close, Amy. Hey, be sure that you go watch our video the last 2 weeks before you cruise, what you should do. Okay. So it's very important because there's things like, if you have a pet sitter, maybe too late if you don't have your pets situated, but it's things like stop your mail and get your lawn or your pool, your vendors around your home, get those people set up. So if they're supposed to do something while you're gone, they know what the plan is. All those things like, 2 weeks before your cruise, go watch that video. It'll help.
Also, if you have a police department that has a policy where they do vacation checks,
absolutely
call them and let them know.
If you live in a small enough town,
that's right,
that they can just like drive by,
Yep.
If you don't have anyone staying at your house or checking on your house,
right?
Yeah, they can do that. So Dave says one of my favorite cabins was a cove balcony.
That's Norwegian.
Fancy on deck 2.
Oh, that's Carnival
Vista. Yeah,
okay.
Leaving Galveston, the Porpoise seemed to be deck 2. Man, Dave, you were down there.
So porpoise, and if there's more than one, is it porpoise?
No.
Okay.
So, Royal Caribbean, we're talking about inside cabins. Royal Caribbean has a few other in-between cabin categories, depending on what the ship is. One is called the Promenade View, and this has a bay window overlooking what's called the Promenade on Royal Caribbean ships. So the Promenade, and these are the only ships that do it. Royal started this, and the only ones that do it. The Promenade looks like you're in a mall. It's like a multi-level deck where all the shops and some restaurants are, and then each side of the walls have cabins on them. So those cabins are looking out over the promenade. It's called the Promenade View, and it's like a balcony, but it's to the inside of the ship. It's just a window. It's not a balcony, so you can't go out there. But I'm making it more confusing than it is.
It almost reminds me of a honeycomb. They're kind of like
stacked. Like you look up in and you're seeing stacks and stacks of cabins with their windows are looking out down onto the promenade. So if you like to people watch, it's nice for that. But it's also very important that you close your curtains. If you're doing something in your cabin, you don't want the person across from you.
Like stepping out of your shower into your room.
Dressing. Or, anything you don't want the person on the opposite side of the promenade to see because they're right across from you and their curtains might be open too. Yeah, so
Uncle Dave.
That's an important note. Porpoises.
Porpoises.
Yeah, so that's a nice in between. It's not completely indoors inside cabin, but it's also you're not going to pay for a balcony cabin or even a outside window.
Right.
It's even usually less expensive than what we call an ocean view.
Right.
So
we had one. I think we did that once.
Yes.
And it was good. It was nice. We enjoyed it because it kind of opens a room up.
Yeah, you definitely feel like
spatial.
The room is bigger.
Yeah,
because your brain is saying there's a window.
Yeah,
there's the outside, right? Also, on certain Royal ships, they have what's called a virtual balcony. It's an interior room, but it has a floor-to-ceiling HD screen, which, I was telling you earlier about the TV station
Right.
on the television inside the cabins.
Right.
It's the same kind of thing, except it's on a pretty large. I mean, it literally is a virtual balcony.
It's floor to ceiling.
It's the front view of the ship or side view. I think it switches back and forth.
It does.
So there's a camera on the side of the ship as well. And so it switches views. So you kind of feel like, well, you don't kind of feel like, you do. You always have a view.
I think they have a capability of doing the wake view too.
I don't know. I think it's front and side.
I'm gonna request
it
wake.
might. Who
I
knows?
like a wake.
Who knows nowadays?
Help wake me up.
So that at least helps with the feeling of, I don't know if it's day or night, and I don't know what time of the day it is.
Right.
You can look at your virtual balcony. So
Right.
that's another little plus on Royal. So Hank says 238 for stormy weather, and I of RC SOS. I don't know. I'm lost, Hank.
Serenade of the Seas.
Oh, you think? Our last cruise was in 93. I think it was on deck 3, and then Monarch of the Sea. So basically, we are new to cruising.
Welcome back, Hank.
Come on.
Welcome
yes.
back.
Yes. I'm so glad you've started back with us, Hank. So, Hank, when is your next? Did you tell us when your next cruise is? Hey, there's Mike. Good to see you, Cruise Vet.
Howdy.
Yeah, did Hank I can't remember if Hank told us when his next cruise was. If you're not booked yet, Hank, get booked. Always be booked. What is that? ABB.
ABB.
ABB. Always be booked.
Or
Okay, so
it's not AB squared.
it could be AB squared. Yep. So some people like an inside cabin, and that's all they ever get because they want to spend their money on other things. So that is definitely a concern for you if you want to spend on excursions or drink package or ultimate dining pack, whatever it is you want to spend your money on. Boom, or the internet package these days. Whoo, man, that's getting expensive.
Hank, we love y'all too.
Aww.
And I was wrong, Sherry. He's talking Symphony of the Seas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Beautiful ship.
That was a good one.
Beautiful ship.
Yeah. Yes, that was our first cruise back, in fact, Hank, after the restart. 714 days?
Yeah.
So.
Mark the Shark in the house.
Mark's here.
Man,
Howdy.
talk about a cruising dude, man.
He definitely is. In fact, Mark, are you on a ship right now?
Mark bounces
Don't
from
lie.
Mark bounces from one port, one ship to another ship to a different port.
And then he lives
and yes,
right there.
I'm jealous.
And then he lives right there on the port
in Miami.
Miami, yeah.
And he waved at us on Explorer as we were
all
leaving.
The ships come and go.
Yeah, what a great guy. Welcome.
So if you're an indoor cabin person, hey, more power to you.
Hey,
we probably need to do it more often.
We could cruise more often.
Yeah. Well, if I had more vacation time. So up from an inside cabin. Okay.
I'll take one for the team.
Oh yeah.
I'll take one. I'll do an inside cabin by myself and do all the video and bring it home and report on the inside cabin.
Seriously, Cruise Vet. I don't know if you heard us using your name in vain.
Yes, he did.
Popped in.
He heard.
Did you hear us?
He heard.
You and JJ need to get together.
Yeah.
Do a guys.
The cruise ship ain't ready for this.
I am scared of that. So other than these like in between, like the virtual balcony on some of the ships and the promenade view, every Royal ship that has a multi-level promenade, which is, I think there's like 3 of the smallest ships, and then like the 4th class, the 4th size and up, all of them have multi-level promenades, and they all have promenade view cabins. So that's a nice, again, option. So going up from an inside cabin.
The Quantum ships don't have it.
You're right, because they have an esplanade.
They have an esplanade. Quantum class does not
have a promenade view cabin.
Correct.
Right. Ocean view, then.
Cruise Vet, so that's why his ears were burning. Pretty much.
Oh, so Ocean view.
But it was all good.
Right above. Yes, it was good. It was talking about cruising, so it's got to be good. Right above an inside cabin is an ocean view. That means a cabin with a window, basically. It can mean different things on different cruise lines, right? So it might be a little portal, right? Pretty small. We've done one of those before.
We did?
Toward the
Who'd you go
back
with?
of the ship. Yes, it was the cruise that you won your medal in the Beanbag
I'm
toss.
a bronze medalist.
You
Beanbag tosser.
remember that cruise?
Yeah, it was
That's
windy
the
as all heck on the deck,
That's
man.
the cabin we were in. Yeah, he got a medal and everything. He
I
was
got a
so
medal.
proud.
I'm
Yeah,
still
we had
proud.
but it was at the front of the ship, so the ceiling was a little weird. We kind of felt like we had a little more room because it was a weird shaped
Anyway,
cabin.
I distinctly remember that being a large window with a big
Yeah.
ledge because I took pictures of you sitting in the window.
No. That was our aft.
Both.
No, that was the Explorer aft where I sat in the window because it was very
Yes, dear,
large.
you're correct.
I know for sure. I remember the picture of the portal.
She's correct.
It was a small. It wasn't little bitty. It wasn't like the size of our face or anything, but it was not a full window. So anyway, different ships, your window's going to be different sizes, and therefore you will pay different prices.
And the window's a different size based on the level, the deck that you're on.
Yeah, most
The
ships
lower decks are
have
smaller.
certain categories
Yeah.
on certain decks,
Right.
and only on those decks.
Right.
So, yeah, this can kind of be a happy medium between like a balcony and an interior because you do get that natural light in, right? Right, but only from you have natural light coming in and the view.
You don't have any
Right.
fresh air.
Right, you can go outside, but at least you have natural light. So some people,
And you've saved money.
if they want, you still save money from a balcony.
That's right.
Absolutely. Okay, so then on Oasis class ships for Royal, again, the only ships in the world who have neighborhoods like this. They have a central park and a boardwalk, and they call them neighborhoods. And they have balcony cabins that overlook those neighborhoods. They're all on the same the boardwalk and what's the other one? Central Park are on the same deck, right, of the ship. And then the cabins that look out onto those places are up and down the ship on various decks.
Like they are on the promenade.
Right. So you could be really close to Central Park. You could be like walk out your balcony and like smell the plants. I don't know. You could be pretty close.
Hear the birds chirping.
Right. Because that's if you're not
Excuse me,
familiar,
I'm going to take this boy out.
Okay. If you're not familiar with Central Park, then that's what it is. It's literally like Central Park in New York. They have live plants and they pipe in, depending on what time of the day or night is, they pipe in like bugs, crickets chirping, and birds chirping. And then they have like live musicians down there. It is truly beautiful. They have restaurants there in Central Park too. Not some of the best restaurants on the whole ship are in Central Park. So it's a really nice, peaceful area. Okay. And then the boardwalk has a few restaurants that are more lively, right? It has like Playmakers, which is like a sports bar. It has Johnny Rockets, which is, Johnny Rockets is a burger place. And then they have like a hot dog place, and they have a full-size live merry-go-round carousel, just like the boardwalk in New Jersey. It's like a boardwalk, right? And on the ships that have the aqua theater, then the aqua theater is at the very back of the ship, right at the end of the boardwalk. So they have these neighborhood balcony cabins that overlook. I think that would really be cool. We've never done one because we just really like the ocean view. I like the smell, and I like seeing the water, and I like, being able to watch and film the sunset and the sunrise, whatever. I just love seeing the water. However, the neighborhood cabins are less expensive. So we're talking budget. We're also talking location. If there aren't any ocean view balconies at a decent location because maybe you booked really late, then maybe you get a neighborhood balcony because you want a balcony, you want to step outside, and maybe that's all they have left. So it could be your budget or it could be timing and location. So let's see. I have notes here. In a boardwalk balcony towards the back of the ship, you will have a view of the ocean and the aqua theater. You will have a very slim view of the ocean if there is a slide. It's called I can't remember what that slide is called.
What?
At the back of the ships. It's the dry slide.
Yes.
Don't
And
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. But some of the ship, in fact, all of the Oasis class ships have a huge dry slide, right? That kind of blocks your view of the ocean, but you can still see the ocean and you can see the aqua theater. So that's a little nice. Some complain that the noise from the boardwalk is bothersome, and yet some don't notice it at all. So just get on the cruise groups and like ask people's opinions, you know, of whether they like boardwalk cabin, whether they've had any problems with it. Yeah. So Lane says
It's called the Abyss.
Yes, there you go. This dry slide is called Abyss, and it's as tall as the ship
And
is. It's huge.
Percy wanted everybody to know it's stinking hot.
It is very hot outside.
The Abyss. There you go. Mark the sharks on it.
If Lane
Uncle
says
Dave's
if
on
y'all do land a grand
Hank's on it.
suite on your upgrade, you're going to get spoiled. I know.
If we do what now?
Lane, if we land a grand suite on our upgrade,
You know what that means?
we're going to be spoiled.
Do y'all know what that will mean? I will have to come out of retirement
and
and get a job.
We had our one and only junior suite on Adventure of the Seas. And it wasn't too long after the restart. So we bid and won the bid.
It was a low population.
With not a lot of money. And so we, you know, and it was the only junior suite we've ever had. Oh, it was so nice. I know what you mean by getting spoiled, Lane. Seriously, the closet alone. So Hank says, stormy weather and I are having trouble finding flights into Fort Lauderdale from either Portland, Maine, or Boston. Yeah, you just got to keep looking. Hank. I don't know.
What airline do y'all normally fly, Hank? Do you prefer one over another? Because we've had a lot of success with Southwest, but I know they've had their issues of late.
Yeah, with timing.
So
cancellations. And I don't know if they fly Portland, Maine, or Boston.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they go up that north.
I don't know.
So, yeah. Mark says, if you have to come out of retirement, my brother, I might have to help you pay for it.
Oh, please.
Seriously, yeah. We'll start a, what's it called?
GoFundMe page.
Yeah, GoFundMe page for JJ.
GoFundMe page for JJ's upgrades.
Hank says it's because we're traveling on spring break.
Yeah.
Busy. Super busy. Yep. Okay, so the neighborhood balconies are, again, like that nice in between if you want some outside view and air and all that.
That's over the boardwalk.
It could be over the boardwalk or Central Park.
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
If the pricing on a boardwalk or Central Park balcony is much less than a balcony ocean view, it might be a nice compromise. So, you know.
I'll make this plug too, because we use one. Our travel agent does an amazing job. Okay, she's not a sponsor of our channel. She's just very good at her job, and she has grown to learn what we like, and occasionally comes up with a deal that we just weren't expecting. And well, she just did it recently, as a matter of fact.
She just found that the price on our junior suite.
She just found out the price on our junior suite on Harmony of the Seas for when is it? May of 24 dropped by $370.
So she rebooked it, repriced
it and saved us $370.
And that's the new price, all on her own.
Darn it.
We don't have to look it up. Yeah, absolutely. So my note, let's see. Yeah, my note too, also on the boardwalk or Central Park on the neighborhood balconies was, you will also have right across from you another neighborhood balcony cabin that can see in your cabin and any peep show you plan on putting on.
I didn't.
If your curtains are open.
I didn't put any peep shows that I know of.
No. Well, we've never had anyone across from us. Well, the one time in the promenade view.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, the one time in the promenade view.
Yeah, but I ran real quick from the shower to the curtains.
We've never had a neighborhood. We've never had a neighborhood balcony. So that would be something fun to try. So yeah, so that's another consideration. And lower on the cost scale, neighborhood. Make sure that if you are booking by yourself online, that if you're buying a guaranteed cabin,
right,
and it says balcony and you think you're getting an ocean view, make sure you know what kind of balcony it is.
Right.
That also that's also the same kind of warning. If you're going to a cruise site like Vacations to Go, where they say lowest price for balcony, on a Oasis class ship, right?
It could be a
boardwalk-
neighborhood
yes.
balcony.
It almost always is a neighborhood balcony. The lowest price balcony is never going to be on cruise sites like that, an ocean view balcony, because there are various levels of balconies
Right.
on those large ships. So make sure you don't get fooled and think, wow, that's a really great price for an ocean view balcony. Oh,
Oh,
it's not.
wait, I'm over Central Park.
It's not an ocean
I can't
view
see
balcony.
the ocean.
Yes. And you'll be very upset when all this time you think you got
I-
some great deal
Yeah,
on a balcony.
yeah.
Ocean view. Okay.
Well, thankfully, we've got some very learned cruisers.
Yeah, we definitely
Alright.
do here
So
for sure.
we learn more from them than they learn from us, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
What did
Yeah.
What
got
did
a
Mark
couple
the
to
Shark say
catch
there?
up in. Oh, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Popping in to say hi from Allure. You're on the ship.
Wow.
Thanks, Kevin.
Wow. Yeah. You know,
Well, thanks for popping in.
Can he pop in and do a live with us?
We could add him.
Yeah, add him
He
as
had
a
a
live.
view.
Yeah,
He had a view for us.
yeah.
Cruise Vet says, did the same thing on Adventure during the restart and got upgraded to a junior suite too. Liked the extra room.
Yep.
And you're all by yourself, Mike. Wow, that was cool. The bigger balcony. Mike, you didn't need that big closet. You just need to calm down about your upgrade. You did not need that big closet.
Shoot, you know what I'd do?
That's like JJ
hey,
needing a big closet.
I'd lease that space out to somebody on board like my wife who had lots of shoes, and I'd help pay for that thing.
Hey, I got a junior suite. You need some closet space?
Exactly.
Just $200 a night.
Exactly.
Mark the Shark. Come on, baby. 1 million from one military person to another. I really don't want to see you come out of retirement if you need help. We know, Mark.
I don't need.
We're going to come live with you in Florida. You ready for that, Mark?
I don't want.
He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Stand by.
Hold the
phone on that. I'll wave to the ship as you go by.
So then the next level up is, of course, an ocean view balcony. Our favorite category, other than the junior suite so far. And I'm sure if we get a grand suite, that'll be our new favorite.
Well, you know, the reality of it is, there are many factors to consider. The number one factor, as we've already mentioned, is
budget.
cost.
Yeah.
Budget.
I mean, if
You
you're
know?
going to cruise, everyone who likes cruising wants to cruise.
Right.
So make it work within your budget. If
I
that
haven't-
means an inside cabin, then it is.
Right. I've not told our All Things Wagner crew yet, but if I win that Mega Millions Lotto, we're going to have a group cruise, and Sherry's picking up the check.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard that, folks. You heard it first here on live.
Spare no expense.
Woohoo! Yes, so there are different categories on Royal Caribbean of ocean view balconies, and they might be slightly different sizes. Okay, so not all ocean view balconies on Royal are created equal. So they might have a larger balcony, or the room itself might be larger, something like that. But they generally are pretty similar.
They're close.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
within a few
So,
square feet.
Obviously, the benefits of a balcony are your own little piece of the deck, right?
Your own little piece of heaven on the ocean.
You walk out at any time on your own balcony, and you're out on the deck. You immediately know what the weather's like.
Somebody call a doctor. I just threw my shoulder out.
Private, doing what?
Stretching.
You have a private viewing of the sunset and depending on which side of the ship you're on, sunset or sunrise.
Or
Right.
or Aurora Borealis in Alaska.
If you're in Alaska, oh, we were watching some YouTube videos about that.
Has anybody here ever seen
Seeing the
Aurora
Northern Lights?
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
We're going. I mean, 33 days. We're going in September, so
Right.
that's the end of the season. They're supposed to be out, like they come out, like a dog comes out, so you can see it. Like the bears come out, so you can see them. Ocean view balconies. You can also see the landscape and the port as you're coming in and leaving port. We enjoy that. We enjoy, like, even if we're not ready to go into port, we're like standing out on our balcony and watching the sail in. Yeah.
The docking.
Yeah, having breakfast or afternoon coffee or cocktail on your own balcony. Lots of benefits. Lots of benefits to a balcony, I have to say.
Stay frosty, Mark.
Yeah, Cruise Vet, thanks. Don't forget to smash that like button. Let's see. We got 22 people in here right now, and I don't know how many likes we got.
Mark
I don't
the
know
Shark.
what it is. Yes. Thanks, y'all. Northern Lights, definitely on the bucket list. we're hoping, Kevin, since we're going to be there in September this year, we are really hoping we're going to see them.
Well, the
Definitely.
research that I did said that's a good time of year.
Yeah.
Plus the change of colors in Alaska.
Now, Dave has seen them many times
Yes.
because he was stationed there.
Yes, he was.
Absolutely.
I know it. That would be a good
So-
place to be stationed.
Dave, September's good time to maybe see them. Yeah. Let us know.
September, the 22nd of September is our sale date.
Mhm.
So we may be a little bit, depending on the precipitation and the temperatures, we may be a little late to see the best colors, but we should see some.
I know it is at the end of the season, so
Yep.
maybe so.
Yep.
Okay, so Ocean View. Okay, we all know the benefits. The balcony, right? We all love a balcony. So then, up from an Ocean View balcony is your multiple layers categories of suites.
Starting with
Well, a junior suite,
the junior.
right? Now,
Is that like a junior burger?
no, actually, it's the opposite. Isn't that weird? That a junior burger. Well, I guess if you say junior suite, so it is the small version.
That's the same
of
as a junior
suite,
burger.
then you're right. It is a junior burger.
I want a junior Whataburger compared to a Whataburger.
There you go. There you go. I want a junior suite compared to a grand suite.
Correct.
Okay, there you go. It's a good analogy, babe. Good job.
Spared no expense on
so
that.
Dave says September through April.
There you
Okay,
go.
then. Excellent. We might get blessed enough to see him.
And he was Army 4 years in Alaska. Saw him, Dave.
Oh yeah. Mark saying, for those that do not know the statement, stay frosty, stay focused.
Stay focused.
There you go.
Situational awareness
Yes,
max.
Stay safe.
That's right.
So Royal Caribbean divides suites up into some different categories. They have C class, Sky class, and Star class, and they go up in size for those levels. Some of the largest, and these have to be Star class, are 2-story suites.
Sorry, babe.
I know it's never going to happen.
Never go.
Never going to happen.
Not unless we get an entire all things
Right.
Wagner deal together. And yeah.
Everybody helps pay everyone else's, like a co-op.
We put people on the balcony.
So yeah, literally, it's a 2-story suite. If you've never seen it, look it up. They're amazing to just look at or to like watch a YouTube video.
You can
of
watch a
them.
YouTube video.
I mean,
they're
I
absolutely
guess it's
amazing.
just people who have money, and good for them.
I'm mad at
Hey,
them. I ain't
really.
mad at them, not one bit.
Family suites have child play areas in house, like literally, like a slide from the upper level to the bottom, like playground monkey bars and stuff. Seriously, it's amazing. I mean, if you look up at all the different suites on Royal Caribbean, it's unbelievable. So D says, do you have a preference for the location of your cabin suite?
I do.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if I have a suite
Or
or a
inside.
balcony or an interior room. I want it to be as close to center of the ship, front and back, top to bottom. Because if there's any motion going on, that's where you're going to
It's
feel it
less in the very center.
least.
Center up and down.
I'm an Air Force guy. I'm not a Navy guy. I get seasick.
He likes center of the
Center,
ship. This
center.
way and this way.
Sign of the cross, put me right in the middle. There you go. Right. See that right there? That's where I want to be, right in the middle.
Yeah,
Good
D.
question, D.
And D, if you missed it, I don't know if you were in here earlier, but we touted the website cruisedeckplans.com
Yeah.
so that you can see exactly where a cabin is.
Right.
Again, it's every ship that's sailing on
Right.
the oceans right now, all over the world.
And if Dee does have an agent,
They should be able to help you.
tell them, yeah, that's what you want, and let them give you your options.
Yeah. Narrow it down if you can for your travel agent folks. It's best to say, this is our window of travel. So these months are best for us.
Correct.
And this is our budget for these. This is our budget basically. So
Right.
awesome. If the travel agent can find you an ocean view balcony within that budget, that's wonderful. But at least knowing the numbers, like we don't want to pay more than, $600 a
Right.
person, whatever, per person for the cabin, then the travel agent can say, okay, I have some numbers, as opposed to, I just don't want to cruise. And the travel agent's like, can we narrow it down a little?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
give
What
them
time of the year?
Give them a template so they know.
Yeah, make some of those choices because they're never going to make those choices for you.
Well, not only that, it gives them a
Tunnel
target.
vision, yes.
Gives them a target.
Yes.
So they're not wasting trying to put together a bunch of stuff
Absolutely.
that's not going to
And
work.
they can find the best prices for you within all of your own parameters.
Right.
So, yeah, let's see. Royal Caribbean has the Villa Suites, the Owner Suite, the Loft, and even larger Royal Loft Suites, Grand Suites, and then the 1 and 2 bedroom Aqua Theater Suites. So I talked about the Aqua Theater earlier, that it was on the back of the ship on these Oasis class ships.
Wake view is the best view.
And that if you got a boardwalk balcony cabin, that you could see the Aqua Theater as well as some of the ocean, right? Well, they have on the very back of the ship these 1 and 2 bedroom Aqua Suites. Aqua Theater Suites. So basically, you don't have to go down to the theater to watch the Aqua show.
You can do it from your balcony.
You go out to your balcony, right? Invite your new friends over that you met on the ship.
If anybody listening right now has ever booked one of those, let us know how that went.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Here's one.
Sarah says, don't know how true this is. I just heard you can request a wake-up call if the Northern Lights are showing. Like at 3 a.m. Worth looking. Absolutely, Sarah. Wow. Yeah, I need to note that. Yes.
Note to self.
Note to self. Note to self. Call for a wake-up call.
Right.
I know, Sarah, I'm going to ask about that on my Ovation Quantum Alaska Facebook groups, because there are lots of people who have already been to Alaska multiple times in those Facebook groups. So I'm going to say, hey, does anyone know about wake-up calls
Right.
for the Northern Lights?
Good.
Because we have talked about putting our GoPro on the
Oh no, we're going to do that.
on the balcony.
I'm
railing.
going to do that
Right.
for sure.
We have a tie down flexible tripod.
I'm going to do that.
And just leaving the GoPro going.
Let her run
Till
it runs out of battery.
So who knows? I mean, we might catch some stuff there, but I definitely want to see it in person.
Uncle Dave says he's with JJ on
right in the center.
But
up and
then,
down and
but then my
sideways.
brother here says not too picky about the. He just wants to be
Mike's
on
just
the
like,
ship.
Give me on
okay?
the ship, man.
But he's not chair force. He's not a chair force guy. Okay. I'm just
Give
saying.
me on the ship. I don't care.
I love my brothers in different branches, but chair force is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snowflakes.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's what.
You joke though. You tease yourself about having the better food on base.
Well, that's a fact.
Right.
All of my brothers and sisters in other branches of the military, when they came to our Air Force base, they were like,
y'all have someone special?
y'all have an IG on base? No, why?
Someone
Y'all
special
eat like
here?
this every day? Yeah.
This is just our regular.
Yeah.
So yeah, suites are amazing, and generally you can spend, you got your junior suites, which is simply on Royal Caribbean and the other ships too. It's a larger balcony cabin, is what it is.
Right.
I'm not sure on Carnival or Norwegian because we didn't have a junior suite, but on Royal the closet is bigger, and you have a bathtub.
The closet is walk-in.
Yeah, and you have a bathtub
And you
as
have a
opposed to just
bathtub
the
shower
tiny,
combo.
the tiny little shower that
Yeah.
you have in the regular cabins. So those are the benefits, really. You have more walking room in the seating area,
Right.
too, and more, like storage area. But the walk-in closet and the bathtub is the do-all, end-all for some folks.
I fixed my hair today for my brothers in arms out
Good
there.
job.
Yeah.
Good job. So you got 2-bedroom Aqua Theater suites. The amenities also in the suites
They
can
vary.
include priority boarding, specialty dining, and even a genie. They call him genie on Royal Caribbean. It's a butler, basically. So depending on what level of suite you get, doesn't come with junior suite. Nothing extra comes with junior suite, except on Royal Caribbean, you can eat at the suites restaurant.
Yep.
I can't remember what the restaurant's called. Yeah.
If y'all
So-
remember what it is, please tell me.
You can eat at the Suites restaurant if they have openings.
Right. If there's a vacancy.
Yeah. So you can't just walk in and sit down, but at least you have the opportunity for your junior suite. But in the grand suite and above, you can just make reservations for the Suites restaurant all the time.
Yeah.
And you're in.
Here you go.
Don't dig on the Air Force. Those A-tents made my day a lot easier a few times. That's right.
I've heard that from a lot of folks.
Absolutely. When you know that they're coming to save you, help you, whatever. Yep.
And it doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
If you got help coming, you're happy.
Yeah. Yep. So Lane says the junior suites are like 1.5 cat. Yeah.
That's about right, Lane.
Yeah. You're right. From a regular ocean view balcony, it's about 1.5.
That's about right.
bigger.
And the balcony's just a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Mark, that's why I love the suite slide.
Hey, Mark, my
Definitely.
man.
Coastal Kitchen. There you go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We knew that y'all would know.
We got some smart people.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my boy.
And
Aw.
Amy says Carnival Suite has a bigger closet, balcony, and bathroom with tub.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly like Royal in the suites.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
Cruise
see.
Vet.
Whoa.
Cruise Vet says they sent me to Lackland for training, and I was shocked with the furnishings and dining.
I know.
That's an Air Force base, Lackland.
Yeah.
I thought they had me confused with an officer.
Treated you like royalty, right, brother?
There you go. Yes, Sarah, you're correct too. Coastal Kitchen is the suites restaurant. So if you're in a junior suite, then you might get to eat there.
So Mark the Shark, Coastal Kitchen, how was it?
Worth it?
Was it worth it? I mean,
Yeah.
Did you eat there routinely, or did you just do the main dining room, or what? Or did you do specialty dining?
And while he's answering, having a genie or a butler, y'all, is like your personal concierge.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
But you have a butler.
I have a mule.
You have a mule too.
I have a luggage
also.
mule.
Yeah. I wear many hats.
The concierge, I mean, your junior, your butler, whatever they're called, makes all your reservations. So, in other words, instead of having to call down or go down, find someone with a computer and make a dinner reservation or whatever.
Right.
Whatever. I mean,
or
activities.
A show.
Yeah, activities on board, anything. Your butler takes care of it for you.
Right.
Everything. Yeah.
Lane says my wife loved it.
Yes. Oh, the Coastal Kitchen. Good.
Yep.
Excellent. The other important thing to know, if you're in a junior suite on Royal, if you booked the junior suite, you will get double points in the VIP program.
That's true.
However, there are no suite perks. We already talked about that. If you win a junior suite in a Royal Up,
you don't.
The bidding program,
you don't get double points.
No double points.
Nope.
It's very important to remember so that you're not expecting something and then you're like, oh, highly disappointed.
Well, I got the Royal Up for $200.
Right.
I didn't.
No double points. No double points. So that's something very important to remember. And if you're just bidding on it to get the double points, that's important too, because you're like, oh, I spent that extra money because I wanted double points. Not happening. Not happening. Okay. So on Royal Caribbean also, we talked a little bit about it already.
Would you like me to take my son?
Sure.
Are you okay?
He seems to be.
He looks pretty happy with Mama. Okay.
He's comfortable. Something that's called a guarantee cabin. I know that the other cruise lines have it too. It's where the cruise line books your cabin location. You don't book it.
Right.
Sometimes it's less expensive. Sometimes it's not. So do not. I couldn't believe it the first time I went to look up prices, and the guarantee was higher than me choosing my own cabin. It was shocking to me. So, but I know it happens because I've seen it. So beware. It simply means that you can, as you're booking, you can select your category. Okay. So again, that's what we were kind of saying. Be careful. If you think you're getting an ocean view balcony, it might be a Central Park,
right,
or a boardwalk balcony, a different kind of balcony. So make sure you know what category you're booking. And the cruise line.
One other thing, let me interject
location.
one thing here too. The boardwalk cabins during football season. What's the name of the sports bar?
Playmakers.
Playmakers has all kind of football games going on, and some of us who love sports
will be loud.
Will be up late night,
yes,
sipping the suds and other beverages.
Being loud.
Might get a little rowdy.
Yep, absolutely.
So bear that in mind during football season.
That would be a
whether it's
right.
college football, it doesn't matter.
Boardwalk cabin.
Anyway,
I would think the only noise from a Central Park would be the music.
The music.
And it really doesn't get very loud. I mean, it's like
it's
guitarists and pianists.
Yeah, it's very soothing. And,
yeah, it's not like a rock band is out there playing.
Right.
So, oh, more military. You guys.
Hey, look here.
If it wasn't for me refueling your planes and private jets and F-16s, no, what the hell, y'all wouldn't go nowhere.
We'd be nowhere.
Absolutely.
This is what they'd be doing. They'd be going.
Yep. To be very honest with your clothes, your kitchen is pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, the coastal kitchen.
Coastal kitchen.
It's pretty good, but I loved my time dining. Okay. Love the Windjammer. Occasionally, I'll get the chef's table. It's all good. Yeah.
Right on.
I'm going to be honest. Honesty.
Wait a minute.
I have been disappointed with the royal food. We've been honest because when we were on Norwegian, we were like, the food is so much better.
They knocked it out of the park.
Than royal.
They knocked it out of the park.
That's a one thing I was so 110% pleased with Norwegian is that the food was so much better than royal. Just since the restart, I don't know what it is. Except on Wonder.
Now
Wonder of the Seas was 100%.
Let's field test this. For those who have been on Royal Caribbean within the last 6 months, how is the food?
Compared to how it used to be. Like
compared to pre-COVID.
Yeah, before the restart.
Right.
Yeah.
The worst, Uncle Dave says
yeah,
worst.
Mike loves Playmakers.
Right on.
Dave says the worst cabin I've ever had was when I got home. That does not count, Dave.
No, it does count.
No room steward. It was me. No buffet. It was me. You guessed it. The bartender, me. Yeah. 0 stars. It really is a dose of reality when you get home. So note about a guarantee cabin. Okay. You might not get your cabin until shortly before your sailing date, or even the day of even on Royal.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure how it works on other cruise lines. I guess he wants you to hold.
Come on, sweet boy.
And 2, your cabin number could change before sailing. So let's just say that, a month out, they contact you and they're like, "Hey, you're in 7156. Awesome. Oh, you see the location. You're like, oh, that's a great location." Well, 2 weeks before, 1 week before, or day of, they notify you and you're like, no, you've been moved to
deck 4,
4325, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just what you agree to when you book a guarantee cabin. So don't go grapping.
All that means is they're guaranteeing you're going to get a room.
A cabin in the category you purchased. Right. That's all they're guaranteeing. So those are 2 very important things to
You might have some obstructed views.
Yeah, definitely. So the other thing to keep in mind about when you're booking, whether you're doing it through a travel agent and you request this or you're looking online yourself, is adjoining cabins. We talked about that briefly earlier.
We've had a couple.
That door can be pretty thin.
We've had a couple.
So you have to be cognizant of, if you're not intending to book an adjoining room, we didn't intend for that. We didn't intend for it. It was just a location, I guess, and price. I don't know why we did. But again, cruisedeckplans.com, you can see if it's an adjoining room.
I think that was early on in our cruising experience, and it was a guaranteed thing. And
I don't remember. I remember being able to hear them.
Yes.
But I don't remember.
They were partying.
Wasn't like keeping me up at night or anything.
No. They were just partying.
Yeah, we just did hear them, whereas before, the most we've ever heard someone through the wall has been their TV's been too loud.
Correct. Because the TV's on the same wall as your TV.
Right. So that's the most we've ever heard from someone without an adjoining door.
Yeah. So we have a TV contest.
I guess so.
I can't
remember if we turned ours up or not.
No, we didn't.
So if you're traveling though with kids, let me categorize that. With children, you would trust to be in their own room together. Because remember, 1 bathroom. Who was it? Talking about that earlier.
Yep.
That was her mistake in an inside cabin with
That's
her 2 boys and her husband is in 1 bathroom.
That's
Felt like she was in a shoebox, right? So 1 bathroom. If you have, like a 9 and an 11-year-old or something, you could get an adjoining cabins, right? And just keep the door open all the time. I've seen videos with vloggers who do that. The parents, have 1 cabin, and then you just keep the door open all the time, and it's almost like a living area or whatever.
Then you have 2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
One for us and one for the pets.
Your kids stay in their own cabin. Or if the kids are older and you trust them to be across the hall in an inside cabin, and you and your honey bunny have a balcony, right? Okay, so that's an idea. Depending on, who you got traveling with you, and if you can, how old they are, and if you can trust them. Or maybe it's like a mother or mother-in-law, a parent, an older person who doesn't necessarily want a balcony, doesn't care, whatever, So think about who's traveling with you, and just because you need 2 cabins doesn't mean they both have to be ocean views or they both have to be whatever. Every deck that has ocean view balconies has inside cabins across from it, as does every neighborhood balcony. So they all have, if you're in like overlooking Central Park, then out your cabin door is an inside cabin. So keep that in mind.
Here's some info from my man, Mark the Shark.
What are the things that I notice on all of my Royal Caribbean cruise ships have taken, I hate to say it, but a lot of the chefs, they'd like to transfer like every 3 weeks. Oh, that's not helpful. Yeah, right? That's not helpful to do that to an employee. Cruise Vet says also keep in mind they have up until 2 hours after sailing to accept your Royal Up bid. Mine got accepted while I was driving to the terminal in Galveston.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Someone was saying, I don't know if it's a vlogger or someone on the Facebook group, said that they saw a couple who, on the ship, and they were told they got an upgrade. And so they were lugging all their baggage from their old cabin to their new cabin for their upgrade. So that could come late also. So Lane says, my wife agrees with you, Sherry, about the food since the restart. Yeah, my thought is a bad burger on a cruise is way better than a great burger at home.
What do I say?
We always say that, Lane. We're just like, really? I didn't have to make it. I mean, people are really complaining about the Royal Caribbean food online in the Facebook groups now. And I'm just like, I didn't have to make it. I don't have to clean up the dishes. Lolly says, quality of the food has become mediocre at best, even on the President's Cruise in July.
That is not a good thing.
That is disappointing.
Not a good thing.
Wow.
I'm sorry that happened.
Of all cruises, I mean, like, you should be doing it every cruise, but really, of all cruises, you got all the special people there, all the important people. Evie, has anyone done NCL's The Haven room and amenities thoughts? Evie, I have seen YouTube videos on The Haven, and it's always good feedback.
Tony's got a good one on The Haven, I think.
It's always good feedback.
La Vida Loca.
Yeah. Because it's that whole area. I mean,
Right.
It's not just, it's kind of like having the coastal kitchen and your own swimming pool, like right outside your suite area.
Cruise Vet, stand fast.
At least we don't have to pay for
They're trying to determine.
No, they already decided.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Michael Bailey came back on.
Yeah, that was why would they even think about? I mean, seriously.
You know what it reminded me of? New Coke. Okay, I'm
old.
old.
Yeah.
I'm old. How many of y'all remember the whole New Coke fiasco that they like changed the recipe for Coca-Cola?
Why would you do that?
Seriously. And it's almost like they did it on purpose to drum up love
for the regular
Coca-Cola. Because then they went back to New Coke and it was the same exact thing as the old recipe. And everyone was like, oh, thank the Lord, and so the Coke
that would have been
profits went sky.
That's a common sense business decision.
Right.
The price of cruising has gone sky high, and I get it. I totally get it. They lost lots of
business.
They lost lots of money during COVID. They're trying to recover financially.
Nothing of their own doing.
They are recovering financially. Why do you want to continue? It doesn't make sense.
I know.
To me.
I couldn't believe it.
Pizza's not that expensive.
Nobody could believe it.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So thank goodness, Mike.
You want to draw my ire, Jack, with my free pizza.
That decision's been made. So, okay. Price. We've already made these points. A lower price cabin can mean more cruises each year. You could spend more on excursions. If you're booking at least a year in advance, you'll get better prices and you can pay it out over time.
Right.
That's true for whatever category you're booking. If you book out, we just found it was for our Western Mediterranean, which is this time next year.
Right.
September of 24, we just bought Voom for that cruise.
It was less than $19 a day.
Yeah, it was like $18.99 a person. It's lower than I'm seeing it anywhere else. And so I'm like, we're buying Voom for sure. I haven't seen it below that in months.
Well, and I don't know whether it has anything to do with the type of ship. We're on Voyager in the Mediterranean.
Smaller ship.
So I don't know whether it's a
but we
factor.
bought it because I haven't seen it. I mean, $18.99 is the sale price.
I agree with
Right.
I agree with Uncle Dave on this one here too.
Yep. New Coke was absolute garbage. Tasted like Pepsi, too sweet.
Right.
Oh yeah, I thought it was closer to the original recipe, but man, that in between. No, you're maybe talking about the new one that they said new.
The
I
new
was like,
Coke was too sweet.
it was like unfizzy too. It's like had no body to it,
Well,
no fizz.
There's an easy solution to that.
Go back.
Drop an Alka-Seltzer into it.
Oh, seriously. When they went back to the original recipe, I was like, why'd you ever change? I don't know.
Right.
So it just made me wonder when Michael Bailey came out asking that. And then he's like, we are not going. I'm like, really? Did you really think people were going to go for that?
Michael Bailey, do not mess with our free pizza.
I'm sure he watches All Things Wagner Live.
Well, if he doesn't, he needs to.
Right.
We have some important people on his.
Location. We've probably talked about all these before. So cruisedeckplans.com is the best site in our opinion. All the ships, every ship that's sailing right now. You can also see deck plans on the cruise line website, whatever the cruise line is. They will have the deck plans on there too.
Okay, buddy.
Pay attention. What's above and below the cabin you're looking at. So I'm looking at 7914. What's above on deck 8? What's below on deck 6? Especially above. I don't think we've ever heard anything on a cabin below.
We may have caused some
A floor below.
disturbance below.
Because I walk pretty heavy.
My wife is a heavy healer.
I walk pretty heavy. Come on now. You got to get to where you're going. So we also take into consideration the location of our cabin as to where's the pool, where's the...
Michael Bailey's entered the chat.
Well, there you go. As to where's the pool deck, because we're always going to be in the pool deck, because on Royal Caribbean, also the buffet is on the same deck as the pool.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So we want to see how many flights of stairs do we have to climb?
Because I have a bum knee.
To get to the pool and the buffet, and also going down, how close are we to our dining room? Okay. Going down is much easier in stairs.
It is not pretty when I need to put the feed bag on and somebody's in my way.
Than going up. But we would just as soon skip the elevators, definitely, and just take the stairs. But I'm seriously, because of his knees and his cardio, probably.
My heart.
Your cardio health.
Yes, I have a heart.
He can't.
I have
climb
2 stents in the Widowmaker.
Too many stairs. I would just rather take the stairs and get there. If I'm breathing heavy, I can just like stand against the wall and relax before I go into.
We're not going to talk about breathing heavy.
Seriously, I would just rather get there than waiting on the elevator forever. But that's a consideration, right? Also pay close attention on the cruise deck plans, right? Are you close to the children's area?
Yes.
Okay. Every cruise line has a children's area, like a kids zone or whatever they call it. Right. And it could be half the deck. Do you really want a cabin?
Where they're back in school now, so.
Right. But if there are kids on board at all, that's where they're going to be.
That's where they're going to hang out.
They're going to be on that deck.
Correct.
So do you really want to be on that deck?
Yeah, and Royal's even got some places for teenagers to hang out. So.
Yes, teen zone, right?
Teen zone.
Or an elevator. We were right next to an elevator. Which ship was it? It was recent.
Lane brings up a good point too.
It wasn't Norwegian.
Lane brings up a really good point there.
The theater area is loud too. You know, if you're above the theater, you're right, Lane. So pay attention. Again, pay attention to what's above or below your, if it's a nightclub of any sort,
right.
The karaoke club. I mean, if you're on deck 6 and the promenade is 5 and you're right above the karaoke club, you may be hearing music all night.
Well,
right. Dave says, I've been on Carnival ships. I usually get a room between 6 and 8.
That's pretty safe.
Right. And right?
That's safe.
Because on Royal Caribbean, the promenade deck where the restaurants and shopping and karaoke club a lot of times is on 5.
So is the Esplanade.
Esplanade is 5 on Quantum Class. Right. So 6 on Royal Caribbean, maybe not too good. From what Dave says, 6 through 8, pretty good on most Carnival ships.
Right.
Okay. So listen to the experts if you're a new cruiser.
That's good info.
Yeah. So
or as we'd say in the military, that's good intel.
We didn't have a problem being close to an elevator. And actually, it was really convenient. Like, we liked it. We didn't ever have any noise problems.
Well, no.
Yeah. That was on.
No, but it can be risky
Yes.
depending on the type of cruisers who
ship.
are on board,
When you're cruising, if you're cruising with a lot of kids,
or if there's a
during the
large
summer.
group of a particular
Right.
whatever,
Right. Yeah.
party animals, military people.
So yeah, are you close to your dining room or the pool or the fitness center or the buffet? Whatever it is you want to be closest to, cruisedeckplans.com. Look and see where the cabin is on there.
Miss Amy.
The worst balcony we ever had, we were above Red Frog Pub. Definitely. It matters.
It does matter.
It just matters. That's why I would not choose. I mean, JJ's right about playmakers on Royal Caribbean. I would not choose a boardwalk unless you want to be into all that. Right. Then it won't bother you.
Right.
Lane, we like deck 8 balconies forward, but not too far up.
Right.
There you go. So other nightmare cabin stories. Michael Bailey. What's your 6? You're gonna charging for our pizza? What's your 6?
That's funny. That's funny.
Yes, Evie asks. Oh, we have someone at our door.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Let me see who this might be.
Yeah, he's gonna get on the camera. So Evie says, have you had any issues with people smoking cigars or marijuana off their balcony? Quiet. And
that's the master sergeant.
Oh, and blowing into your room. We have not, Evie. We have not ever had any problems with that. I have smelled smoke, not marijuana. I'm trying to remember, Evie. I have smelled smoke before off our balcony. Just regular cigarette smoke. And I thought, man, they're going to get caught and fined. They're going to get caught and fined because it is up to $250 fine if they catch you. And they might even, kick you off the ship. I mean, it is not worth taking the risk. I will have to say on Royal and Norwegian, we cruised Carnival so long ago that weed wasn't a problem. I mean, it was still illegal everywhere. But on our most recent Norwegian and on all of our Carnival, I've never smelled marijuana on the ship. Now, we get off into port and what are you going to do? But I've never smelled marijuana like walking by a cabin or anything, or even on a person. I've never smelled it. So that's been good. Yeah, Amy says, oh, that was her upgrade suite that she had that it was above a Red Frog Pub. Oh, and noisy at night. Yeah, you just got to be careful. And that's why it's so important to know these things. I mean, these new cruisers, hopefully we got some new cruisers in here that are learning things or that'll listen to this later. And it matters. The location matters. And so, take heed. Yeah. Any other cruise nightmare location stories? The worst one we had, I'll tell you, the worst experience we ever had with a room steward was.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we had someone at the door.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I've got an retired female Army master sergeant that lives in our neighborhood. Anyway, long story short, I've been trying to keep the love line tight because she's got some medical issues.
Yeah,
and
so that was her.
Anyway, so I did some stuff for her on several occasions, and my Texas flag is about wore out on my flagpole. So I told her I was going to buy an Air Force flag to fly below my American flag. So she shows up at my door with an Air Force flag. She bought him one. Yeah, anyway, that was nice. Thought it was nice.
So Dave says, I am a smoker. Never smoked on my balcony. Honestly, people just abide by the damn rules.
That's a pretty simple rule, really.
Seriously, yeah. So, I'm always assuming, Dave, that it's young, entitled people.
Entitled?
Usually. Like the entitlement
Well, they have an
mentality.
entitlement mentality.
Yeah, they just think I can smoke on my back. I can break the rules. The rules don't apply to me. I can break the rules.
Well, the rules apply to everybody else except me.
But, there's a lot of older folks with entitlement mentality too.
That ain't me.
So that happens. Yeah, what I was saying was the worst room steward experience we've ever had was it was the one and I think only time we didn't tip over the prepaid grats.
The only time.
Because we never saw him. And I literally found sewing pins. They're not needles, but they're sewing pins.
Yeah, little straight pins.
right next to the bed.
In the carpet.
Like if I had been on the bed and had, like swung my legs around and put my feet on the floor, I would have had sewing pins in the bottom of my feet. And I don't know why I even checked
Your husband,
or why I saw
your husband
them.
was not happy.
And it was when we first got on board. So I know they're super busy, on the embarkation day.
Actually,
they're super busy.
It was embarkation.
Yes, it was embarkation day. And I don't know why I looked down on the side of the bed and I saw.
Well,
and
I know why.
I sew, and so I knew exactly what they were initially. I was like, oh my goodness, there was a quilter or someone, in this cabin. They didn't vacuum. That's what that told me, is that he hadn't even vacuumed between the last group leaving last week. Again, I understand it's a busy day, but shoot, if I had gotten a pin in my foot, woo,
it was right after the restart, and
no, it was before.
Was it before
COVID?
Okay.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. Because again,
I stand corrected.
it was the only time we have not tipped over our prepaid grats. So,
and we do that faithfully.
And again, it was because that instance was not the only thing. It was like the whole week we didn't see him.
But here's the deal. It's like the charging for pizza. The gratuities have gone up.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we? I think if people go above and beyond, I think we should.
They get extra.
Tip accordingly.
We've not ever had anyone, though, not except that one time, go above and beyond.
Correct.
Like we have requests, we ask for ice in our bucket every night. We ask for extra pillows. We ask for robes sometimes. Like we have little requests. And
extra pillows.
A pillow for you.
Extra pillow for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hangers. I usually ask for extra. Don't judge. I usually ask for extra hangers for the closet, right?
Not me.
They always do it. I mean, that's above and beyond. That's not normal things that every cruiser asks for.
That's Miss Sherry's closet.
Right. They always do it. And so we tip extra. Anyway, that's a whole nother video on tipping.
We should do that.
On tipping above prepaid grats. So, but that's the only bad. And that didn't have anything to do with the cabin. That was, the cabin steward.
Right.
Yeah. So
there you go, Uncle Dave. That's spot on. There you have it.
That's right. That's what we do.
Look here. You got to earn it. It's not an entitlement.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. We've been going.
Have we?
120. Mark, you can't fix stupid. What did I tell you about common sense? That's right. It's not.
It's not common anymore. Anybody got comments or questions before we wrap this thing up?
Any Q&A?
I think we hit on everything, didn't we?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption on the flag, man, but I couldn't leave that retired master sergeant.
That's what happens during lives.
I couldn't leave that retired master sergeant on the front porch in 105-degree heat.
Woo! No, we got lives, man. We got lives during the live.
Right.
There you go.
We got live during the live.
Lives during the live.
Right
okay, y'all. All right. I don't see any extra questions. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks
for watching. If you're coming in afterwards and you have nightmare cabin location or whatever stories, share them below. And we will link the things that we've talked about below, like the cruisedeckplans.com. I'll put the website down there. And yeah, Lane, thanks for being here.
Was it? That's this.
Yes. And don't forget.
Love y'all.
I will link the Alaska cruise packing video too. I took the live and I shoved it down into I took all the fluff out. And so now it's just categories of packing. So if you're going to Alaska soon, I will link that video below and you can watch that too.
Yes, Hank, we will do a live before
Absolutely.
Alaska. And if we can, depending on how the internet service is, we will do a live from
Sail Away.
Ovation of the Seas.
Can't wait
during Sail
to
Away.
show that. They have Starlink, we've been told. Ovation has Starlink. And it's hit or miss just like the other internet. So who knows? But yes, if we have internet, we will do a Sail Away on board.
Sail Away. That's
but
right.
we'll definitely be doing a live before Alaska.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
We love all y'all.
Thanks,
Thank you for
y'all.
joining us. And remember, if you care, share. Peace.
See ya.